Hey, hey YouTube fans! Suzi Quillen from Perfectly Naughty. Oh, excuse my little, that's for the tripod because I'm going to show you something super fun today. I am going to show you how to make this really, really cute elephant trim. Alright, I'm having issues here because I have my tripod doing one thing. Okay, let's see. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, so Suzi Quillen from Perfectly Naughty here in Arlington, Washington, here with another fun crochet tutorial. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this really, really cute elephant trim. So you can have a whole band of elephants marching around a blanket or something. In this case, this is a little circle blanket that I made for my new grandson. And it's been super fun. It's a trim and edging that I have done another time before. I had actually done it previously tiny. Look how small these guys are. They're super fun. And I'd seen this a couple of times, but I didn't like the way the other patterns were working out. So, of course, you know, being me, I had to make some modifications to make this the way that I want. This is done in a fingering weight yarn. You could also do this with crochet thread. And I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to start first with the little ones, and then I'm going to switch around and show you the larger, because there's some subtle little things that I think are easier to see on the larger yarn, but nope, I take that back. I'm just going to show you on the big one. It'll be easier for you to see, and then we'll just talk about what makes them anything different with the smaller ones. But aren't those happy? They're super happy and fun. All right, guys, let's make elephant trim, shall we? All right, I'm going to be turning my camera around, I hope, because I don't have a camera crew, so I really appreciate everybody who just comes and watches me when I'm being all kinds of crazy and fun here. I just have a lot of fun with this. I'm going to turn it around. There we go. Oh, there's the shop. This is where everybody comes and hangs out. Awesome yarn everywhere. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera in the tripod here, and hopefully you'll be able to see okay. You know, I don't have a crew or staff that helps me with any of this. This is just me and my tripod and my crazy imagination trying to do the best that I can to teach you fun and awesome stuff, right? And I love that you guys support that, and I appreciate when you click that subscribe button and when you follow us on Facebook and Instagram and sign up for the newsletter over at the website. This is going to end up being up on the website in the next couple of weeks. It'll be at perfectlynaughty.com/elephant-edging. All right. So look at this little guy. Aren't these really cute? This right here is done in a chunky yarn with a size N crochet hook. So you can do this in a lot of different sizes, and but I'm going to show you here because I think it's easier for you to see. I am going to make you do some things that you might find a little bit challenging. The body of these is made in a combination of double crochets and triple crochets, but you'll notice there's no holes in there. That's because we're using connected stitches. Please do it, and I'll show you why. Because when you don't do the connected stitches, this is what the body of your elephant looks like. This applies on both the large yarn and on the smaller yarn. But when you do not use the connected stitches, you actually end up with an elephant's body that looks more like a skeleton than an actual elephant body. So it really makes a huge, huge difference, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull out that one because it's not right. And I just did that as an example to show you why we don't want why using the connected stitches is just really so important. All right, your pattern repeat is 12 stitches. So if you're wanting to know how many stitches you need to do, make sure you have a multiple of 12. If you don't have a multiple of 12, there are a couple little things that you can do. You can adjust to add a couple stitches. Maybe you're only skipping a couple of stitches here. Skip one extra here to kind of cinch things up and kind of crowd them together a little bit more. Or maybe over here you can crowd them together just a little bit more. But you don't take out any stitches out of the body of the elephant. You just change the number of stitches that are being skipped over here. All right, so we're going to get started. You're going to slip stitch in the first 3 stitches, and you want to slip stitch very, very loosely. Slips can be very, very tight, so you do want to make sure that you are doing this very, very loosely. You're going to chain 2, and then in the second chain from the hook, you're going to insert your hook in there, and you're going to pull up 1 loop, and this is going to be what I call a pretend yarn over, because we're going to make a double crochet. We're going to then go into the same stitch where we made that last slip stitch, and we're going to put our hook in there, and we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull up a loop. Now we have 3. Now we're going to complete just as if we normally would for a double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now we need, for this back leg right here, we need, we're going to make 1 more. It looks like there's 3 stitches here, but that's because we have the turning chain and this first connected double crochet. Now we need 1 more connected double crochet. This little horizontal bar right here in the side of this double crochet, you're going to insert your hook right there, and you're going to pull up a loop. That's our pretend yarn over. Now we're going to go into the stitch where we want our double crochet to be and pull up a loop. Now we have 3, yarn over through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches because this blanket is round. If you are working on a straight edge project, skip 3. Okay, but make sure your chains are loose, not tight. And if you're on a straight edge, you'll skip 3, but because we're on a circle, we're going to skip 2. I'm giving you permission to not be locked in by your pattern. Okay, so we're going to make a double crochet there. Now we're going to make 2 more connected double crochets. So we're going to go into that horizontal bar, and we're going to pull up a loop. That's our pretend yarn over. Then we're going to go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 1 more. There's our horizontal bar. Go in there, pull up a loop for our pretend yarn over, then go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now we got 3. All right. And yarn through 2 and through 2. Then we're going to chain 2. And we're going to do what's called an anchor double crochet. We are going to turn and go back the other way, which is this kind of ends up being, there's a lot of movement because these rows are short. Okay, now we're working on the back side of our legs. We're going to anchor this. So we're going to go, we have our chain 2 for our turning chain. We're going to go into the second chain from the hook and insert our hook and yarn over and pull up a loop. Again, that's a pretend yarn over. We're going to go into that very first double crochet. You're not skipping because that turning chain does not count. Does not count. And we're going to go in there. Now we have 3 and finish that double crochet. And then we're going to do that connected, find that horizontal bar, make your pretend yarn over, go into the next stitch. Okay, and then finish your double crochet. And go into the horizontal bar to connect it. Get that pretend yarn over. Go into the next stitch. Go under both loops. And that one right next to the chain can be a little bit, it's a little tight sometimes. There we go. And finish. Okay, now you have your chain 3s. I prefer that we go into the chain and we're not working around the chain. So we're going to connect it. Find your horizontal bar, pull up your loop. Now there's our chain. I like to get into under 2 loops. So we're going to get under 2 loops from the back side. Okay, and then finish the double crochet. And there's our horizontal bar. Pull up our pretend yarn over, go into our next chain, get under 2 loops, pull it up, finish the double crochet. There's our horizontal bar. We're going to pull up our pretend yarn over, and we're going to go into our 2 loops of the next chain, and then finish our double crochet. And then we're going to connect, pretend yarn over, next stitch, and connect. And then we're going to get, here we go, pretend yarn over, next stitch, and there you go, and finish that. If you have any questions about that, there are some more tutorials here on the channel that you can go back and look at that are that teach you more about the connected stitches. We do several, but we're going to do several connected stitches here. All right, so now we're going to make the tail. We're going to chain 4, and we're going to come down to the same stitch where we right under this where we anchored the elephant tail from the previous elephant. If this was your first elephant, then you're skipping 2. You're going to skip 2 again, 2 because I'm on a round. If you are flat, you might, if you're on a flat edge, you might want to skip 3. You have permission to adjust a little bit to make that work. Okay, so I did a slip stitch there. Now I'm going to bring that yarn forward between the tip of this trunk and the end of this tail, and so that way it doesn't wrap around. And I'm going to turn the whole work around again. Turn the work, and now we're going to work back this way. Okay, I'm going to pull this up so it's a little bit loose because you don't want to slip stitch tight, and we're going to slip stitch in those 4 chains. Nice and loose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now there's the first stitch right here. We're going to put a single crochet right there. And then the next one right here, we're going to put in a half double crochet. So yarn over, you're going to go into the stitch, yarn over, and then you pull through all 3. Now we're going to do a double crochet, but I want it connected. So here's that horizontal bar in the middle of that half double crochet. So we're going to stick our hook under that and pull up a loop. This is our pretend yarn over. Now we're going to go into the next stitch. And now we're going to complete the double crochet. Now we're going to be working in triple crochet. We're going to yarn over, and then we're going to find that horizontal bar, and we're going to stick our hook in there, and we're going to pull up pull up a loop, and that's another pretend yarn over. So I have a real yarn over and a pretend yarn over. Now I'm going to go into the stitch down here and pull up a loop. So we have a triple crochet going on here, right? And then I'm going to pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now to connect an entire triple crochet, we're going to find those horizontal bars. So we're going to go here and pull up 1 pretend yarn over, go to the next one, pull up the second pretend yarn over, because a triple crochet is that was a little puppy dog hair from my beloved puppy dog. Okay, and then now into the stitch. And there's our 4 loops, right? And then through 2, through 2, through 2. Let's do it again. We're going to go pretend yarn over, into the stitch, drop a loop, through 2, through 2, through 2. Okay, one more. Pretend yarn over, pull it up. Through 2, through 2, through 2. You see how this makes the body of the elephant really solid. If you remember the one that I already pulled out, remember how open it was and it looked like a skeleton. This actually has a body to it. We like that. All right, in this double crochet right here, we are going to work a double crochet, a regular, not a connected, double crochet. and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch in that same stitch. Just slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to turn we're going to chain 1, and we're going to rotate our work. We're not turning it over to work on the back side. We're going to stay on the same side, but we're going to rotate it because we're actually working in the round. So where here we were working in rows, on this part right here, we're going to work in the round. So I have my chain 1, and I'm going to work some double crochets, and we're going to work them around the bar of this double crochet. Okay, we're going to work around the bar right here like this. And we're going to we'll do 1. See how I just folded this out of the way, so I'm only working on that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to lay that elephant ear back down onto the fabric. You're going to take your crochet hook out. You're going to look for a spot on the body of the elephant where you want this to anchor. I'm going to go under this horizontal bar right here. I'm going to put my hook there. Then I'm going to put this back on the hook, and I'm going to pull it through. All right, now you can anchor that down here or here or here, wherever you like, and that is going to allow the angle of the head of the elephant to be different. So you might want to do each one a little bit different, give each of your elephants a little bit of personality. Okay, now we're going to do 2 more double crochets, and these are just regular double crochets. These are not connected, but each ear is 5 double crochets, but anchoring that middle double crochet, that 3rd double crochet on this first ear, really makes a huge difference. I know it's a little hard to see in the white, but all right, so now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch right in that, around that same double crochet. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to, again, we're just going to turn it this, there we go, and we're going to just rotate a little bit. All right, and then we're going to now put 5 double crochets around this chain 3. Here we go. 1, 2, oops, gotta get some yarn out. 3, 4, 5. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch. Oops, I want to tighten that up a little bit. It's a little loose right there. There we go. All right, and slip stitch. Now we need to make the trunk. Here we go. We're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go back 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go under 2 strands of that chain and slip stitch, and that makes the little turn up at the end of the elephant's nose. Make sure it doesn't get twisted, and then you're going to come down here, and you're going to, because I'm in the round, I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to slip stitch right here. If you're working on a flat edge, a straight edge, then you're going to, then you're just going to skip, you would skip 3. All right, and there you go. There is your elephant. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? And again, you can do that. You can do that in smaller yarn. Let's pull these little elephants back up again and take a look. If I can get this around here. There we go. Here's the smaller elephants again. This is in a finger, and see right here, these elephant ears, when I did this project the first time, I did not anchor these elephant ears. And so this one, they want to stick up. Can you see that? How all of these ears just want to stick up. So you really want to anchor them down. All right? Well, you're going to be able to find this video over on the website at perfectlynaughty.com/elephant-edging.